Hey there, how are you? It's Dr. Dave here, and this is episode 3 of my crazy health scare. I'm going to talk to you today about something that my cousin shared with me a few months ago that literally helped my life so much. It was just incredible, really, really powerful. For those of you that don't know, this is a 4-part series on my crazy health scare. Things have been just going really, really weird, and I urge you, if you have not done so yet, to watch episodes 1 and 2. They're very, very important. This is episode 3. There should be one more coming after this. Who knows if there's going to be a 5th or a 6th, but there absolutely will be 4. 100% there'll be 4. So I was just going through this crazy health funk. I didn't know whether it was mostly mental, physical, a combination. It was just very, very, very bizarre. I'd never really gone anything through like this in my life. And I was outside one day taking a walk in Liberty Park, Salt Lake City, very close to where I live. And I got a call on my phone from my cousin Neil, who's back in Maryland, where I'm from. And Neil told me about a program that he just finished. He learned about it online. It was called 75 Hard. And he said, Dave, I think this could be the ticket for you. This could be something that could really help you. So I said, well, tell me about it, Neil. Tell me. So he said, well, okay, it's really simple. I can describe it in literally like a minute. He said, it's called 75 Hard. There are 5 things you need to do every single day without fail for 75 days. And if you miss one, then you start over and go back to day 1. But once you do all 5 of these for 75 days in a row, you've completed 75 Hard. And he told me that it was more of a, even though it sounds like it might be physical, it was more of a mental challenge, because no matter where you are in your life, no matter what you've got going on, everybody has things going on, you have to focus and you have to get these done every single day. So he went on to say, okay, well, here are the 5 things. So I was taking notes, mental notes in the park, because I didn't have a paper and pad with me or anything like pad and pencil or anything like that. So he said, okay, the first thing you have to do every single day without fail is you have to do 2 45-minute workouts, minimum of 45 minutes each. And one of them has to be outside. So no matter what the weather is like, one of the workouts has to be outside. Now, the workouts do not have to be super, super difficult gym workouts, which I don't do anyway. A workout could be a 45-minute walk. Could be anything. As long as you're exercising your body in some way, that's considered a workout. So he said, so you have to do 2 of these. One has to be outside. The next thing is you have to pick a diet and stick to your diet. So in other words, this program does not say you have to be vegan or you have to be carnivore or you have to be, whatever the diet might be. You pick your diet. Hopefully it's healthy, but you stick to that diet. The third thing is you have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every single day. Like a nonfiction, meaning some type of self-help book, something that's going to help your life. Could be a business book, could be just anything about health, but it could be as long as it's nonfiction and it's going to help your life. The 4th thing is you need to take a selfie of yourself. So you need to take we call it a progress photo every single day. So by the end, you're going to have 75 progress photos from start to finish. And the 5th thing is you have to drink 4 liters of water every single day. 4 liters of water every single day. So he said, Dave, I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy because sometimes it gets to be late in the day and you've got to get your 2 workouts in but you have to do it. He said, but there's like this sense of accomplishment once you finish this. He said, by the way, I lost a lot of weight on this thing and I feel better and look better than I ever had as far as I can remember in my life. That's what he's telling me. So I said, Neil, this could not have come at a better time. I said, like, you must have known the timing because this is the type of thing I need. I need some discipline. I need something in my life to tell me that you've got to do this and you can get better. So I think I thought about it for a day or 2 and I started maybe 2 days later. Started the program called 75 Hard. Now I will tell you this, I made my own little rule. I made my own little exception because I think as far as I'm concerned in life, nothing is set in total stone. So my exception, the only exception I made, the 2 workouts were fine. Taking the progress photo, reading the 10 pages of a book, no problem at all. Picking a diet, I was already vegan, and I was going to stick to that. And the only thing I had a problem with, which I thought could possibly adversely affect my health, and I didn't want to take any chances with my health, was the drinking 4 liters of water every single day. I felt that might not actually be, that might be too much for me. And there's some danger in drinking too much water. I mean, not 4 liters, but people, you can die if you overdo it and drink too much water. There've been many documented cases of people dying. There's something called hyponatremia, which what it does, it dilutes. I've got like crazy things on my mind now, right? It dilutes the amount of sodium in your system, and sodium is an extremely important electrolyte. And if you're out of whack, if your electrolytes are out of whack, it can become very serious, and hyponatremia can be fatal. So I didn't want to take a chance with that. So my spin on this was I was going to drink adequate water every single day. I was going to be cognizant of my drinking, and I was going to drink enough water to hydrate myself and make sure I was well hydrated. But I did not feel that I had to stick to 4 liters every single day. 4 liters, in case you're not sure, that's like a gallon. So that's roughly a Nalgene bottle. It's bigger than this. 4 of those every single day. I just thought that might be a little taxing on my kidneys. I'm not sure, but I thought it would be. So here's how it went. I did it. It was not what I call easy, but also it was not what I call very difficult. My workouts were as follows in general. In general, I would always do an outdoor workout. I try to do it the first part of the day, like in the morning. And it could be anything from walking around Liberty Park, where I first talked to Neil about this program, or taking a run somewhere, taking a bike ride, a hike, something like that. And then many times in the afternoon, I would either repeat that, or if I was too tired or the weather wasn't really good, or I just felt like I wanted to stay inside, I would do something inside. I've got dumbbells. I've got those little things where you crunch you strengthen your hands. I've got all kinds of yoga equipment and yoga mats and all kinds of things like that. So I did pretty much anything I wanted indoors, a combination of maybe weights and yoga workouts, yoga sessions. Sometimes it would be strictly a yoga session with a meditation attached to that. And as long as I did that for 45 minutes plus, I considered that my second workout. So that went really well. Now here's what I did. I made a little bit of my own rule. If Yoko and I were going to be going out for, let's say, a long, like all-day hike or multi-hour hike, oftentimes I would record that as 2 workouts. Because if you're hiking for many hours, it's very fair to say, okay, we're going to hike one way, and that's going to be the first part of the workout. We're going to sit down and have some lunch, and then as we're coming back, that's going to be the second part of the workout. And as long as each of those halves equaled 45 minutes or more, I consider that 2 45-minute workouts, because generally it was much more than that anyway. So I did that. And as far as reading, let me tell you something. It got me to, I'm not really much of a reader other than like online stuff and sometimes some journals or magazines and things like that. But it forced me to do something that I had actually gotten out of the habit of. I'd say the reading part was probably the most life-changing part of this 75 Hard, because I read some books that really helped my life. I learned a lot, and I made it a point. There was no exception. I mean, I read at least 10 pages every single day for 75 days straight. That's 750 pages. To some of you, maybe that's not a lot. To me, that's a lot, and I got like just a lot done. I've got like a stack of books in my living room, books that I finished during the 75 Hard, which were, again, I learned a lot, and that was a great thing. I took a picture of myself every single day. I'll see if I could put I'll put a picture up here from day 1 to day 75 and show you the difference. Now, again, this is not really meant to be, even though I did lose some weight on the program, it's not meant to be truly a physical program, although a component of it is for sure. But here's a before and here's an after shot, and I felt really good on day 75. But again, it's not like I started out on day 1 with like a BMI of 45, and then all of a sudden I transformed into this BMI of like 23. No, I was never in bad shape physically. But I do feel I lost some weight, I got stronger for sure, and I felt that it was a very, very positive experience. The craziest part was the diet. Remember, I said part of this, one of the components is you have to pick a diet and stick to it. Now, did I go off track? Did I cheat? I actually changed my diet midstream because I realized that, and my last video that I did was about the vegan diet. I realized that I wasn't feeling well on my present diet, the present diet that I had been doing for 7 years, close to 7 years. I had not been feeling well. I felt, and I did a whole long video on this. It's episode number 2 if you want to go back and watch it. But I felt that it was destroying my body. So I had to have the wherewithal to say, look, again, the definition of insanity is if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So even though theoretically the rule in this program was pick a diet and stick to it, I think I actually learned and grew into another diet that helped my life much more than my previous diet was. And simply it was just adding meat back into my diet, adding meat and some animal products back into my diet. I was falling apart. For some reason, I don't know, I still can't explain what it was, and I've had some very positive comments, people reaching out to me. I thought I was going to get like bombarded and lambasted with like horrible negative comments from the vegan community, but many of my comments have been very, very kind. I did get at least one that was pretty bad. I'll probably publish it at some point, because if you send me a comment, anything's fair game, right? If you send me a comment with your name attached to it, anything's fair game as far as I'm concerned. So that was a 75 hard program. Should you do it? I don't know. I don't know if you should do it. Again, the thing that would probably intimidate you the most would be the 2 workouts per day. And no matter what kind of physical condition you are, and I do urge you to check with your physician, because I don't know where you are physically. But again, even if you have not been exercising and you feel like you've gained some weight and you're not in shape, almost anybody, not everybody, depending on your physical limitations, but almost anybody could get out and do a very slow walk. It could be a very slow walk for 45 minutes, almost anybody. Yeah, I see people and the reason I say that, I see people at the park across the street from my house, people that are much, much older than I am, sometimes with canes, sometimes with crutches, sometimes just with walking sticks, with anything, and they're walking very, very, very slowly, but guess what? They're getting it done. And sometimes I even talk to them and say, you're looking good, keep it going. And I really mean that from my heart, because as far as I'm concerned, anybody that gets out and tries their best to do anything is a winner. So it doesn't matter the speed you go. You don't have to be competing in triathlons. I certainly was not, but I made it a point to get out or do 2 45-minute workouts per day, and it really, really helped myself. Now, again, should you do this? I don't know. I am actually considering coming up with a, how can I say this, a modified version, because I'm gonna have the Dr. Dave version of the 75 hard. I'm gonna name it something else. It may not go for a full 75 days. It might be a little bit shorter. I'm not sure. But if you want to wait and do it again with me, I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. I'm gonna do my version. I will tell you, I'm gonna take the drinking 4 liters of water out of it, because I don't think that's necessary, as long as you're hydrating. I might put something else in. I'm not sure. And it might have something to do with the next video I'm going to do, which, by the way, is very powerful. Episode 4 is going to be really powerful, and I probably will incorporate some of that into my new 75 hard, my version of 75 hard. So stick with me. I think we get a lot of people doing this together. I'm definitely good for going a second round, but wait, if you want to wait for me. I will outline my version of it, and maybe we can all do this together. I promise you, if you do it, you're going to feel better. It's easy to do 3, 4, 5 days. That's not a problem. It's when you get up to day 10, day 20, day 50, and even at day 50, you have 25 days of this left. It starts to get a little bit tougher, and you've got to schedule your time properly and your day properly. There were days that Yoko and I were going on an all-day road trip. Like, we were driving maybe from Salt Lake down to southern Utah or further, but we still knew that, and Yoko did this with me, by the way. She did most of it. She didn't do every single one every single day, but she did most of it. So we were kind of in this together. But we knew that we had to either Before we got in the RV or the car, if we were taking the car, we knew we had to do one workout. Or as soon as we got to where we were going, whether it was a campground or a hotel or whatever it might have been, we stayed in yurts, we stayed in Native American hogans, and wherever we were, we made sure we got our workouts in and all the other stuff that we had to do. Sometimes we'd be driving and Yoko would be driving and I'd be getting my 10 pages of reading in. You have to do it. That's why I say it's more of a mental exercise. It's more mental than physical because it forces you to do something that you may otherwise not want to do. It forces you to be very strict about your schedule. And I really, really enjoyed that. So that's all I have to say. It was called 75 Hard. If you just do a search for 75 Hard online, it will come up. I cannot remember the guy's name who kind of developed this or invented it. He's got a podcast. I listen to his podcast too. If you don't mind, he drops a lot of F-bombs. His mouth is very, very dirty. It doesn't bother me, but it might bother some people. So I just want to warn you in advance if you just do a Google search on that. But you don't have to because I pretty much explained it exactly the way he would too. That's it. Episode 3, 75 Hard. I did it. I completed it. I'll see you next time. Episode 4 is going to be a really good one. And episode 4, I'm definitely going to be bringing Dr. Adam Handley back on. We're going to be doing something because it's kind of has a lot to do with his field of expertise as well. Something that really helped me quite a bit. So until next time, I will see you. Dr. Dave, hope you're enjoying this series. See you soon.